areas of triangles. We, in this video, are going to look at how to find the area of a triangle using trig. Now, we have to use trig when you do not have the height. Everybody knows the normal area of a triangle formula, 1/2 base times height. Well, that's how you do it algebraically, and if you notice in that you have to know your base length and you have to know the height. But in some instances, all you know are the lengths. You don't know anything about the height itself, but you can still calculate the area of triangles. We have two methods. The method over here in pink is if you know two of the side lengths and the included angle. So you can see here we call it K, the area is K, and it's virtually the same concept as the algebraic formula, where you have 1/2 BC would be that length of your triangle, and then the sine A would be the included angle. Okay, so we could do that with angle A, angle B, angle C. It just depends on the lengths that you have to have. Now the other formula we have over here is Huron's formula. Now Huron's formula is the formula we use if the only thing we've been given in our problem is our side lengths. Now there are two ways that you could attack the problem. The first is if you were only given side lengths, you could use your law of cosines in order to find one of your angles to then use your area formula. So if you can't remember Huron's formula here, then you can always do it the long way around, which is to start with the law of law of cosines and then apply your area formula. However, if you do remember Huron's formula, this is kind of like a shortcut method, but again, you have to have all three sides. So here we use S to signify our side length. And so here we have S is going to be A plus B plus C. So this is the lengths of your triangle, divide by 2. And then you have to use this area formula, which is the square root of these different lengths. So the overall S, and then you take S minus A minus B minus C, take the square root at the end. Okay. Both of these methods will give you what you need in terms of the area of your triangle. It just depends on the information given. So here we have that Bob wants to build an ice skating rink in his backyard, but his wife says he can only use the part beyond the wood-chipped path running through their yard. How large would his rink be if it is triangular shaped with side lengths of 20, 23, and 32? So of course with this one, because we were given 3 side lengths, if you take a look, your triangle can look something like this, where we are told that we have 20, 23, and 32 feet for our different side lengths. So here we could go ahead and apply Huron's formula, which says the first thing we need to calculate is your S. S is found again by doing A plus B plus C divided by 2. So in this case what we would do is we would have to do 20 plus 23 plus 32, divide the whole thing by 2. So when we do that, we're going to come out with 37.5 as being your S. So the next thing we have to do is apply the area formula. So to here, your area would equal the square root of, and we're going to have S, so 37.5, times S minus A, so 37.5 minus 20, times S minus B, 37.5 minus 23, times S minus C, so 37.5 minus 32. So we're going to go ahead, you can plug this all into your calculator. If you're going to do it all at once, I highly suggest you input your radical and then you use lots of parentheses to put them all in. And when you get done with that, you should come out with 228.7705 feet squared. Okay, and so this would be your area of the triangle. Now, like I said, we could also use your law of cosines in order to find your side. And so in doing so, you would just simply have to pick one of your law of cosines. So remember the law of cosines is the formula a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of a, whereas see then in this point a would be your missing angle. And so here you have to pay very close attention to make sure that your triangle was labeled accordingly. If we were going to use a to be our smallest side, that means this would have to be angle A. And then of course you would label as you go, so we could call this B, we could call this C. And so you would plug in the information you have. And so in this case, what we would have here is that a squared, so this would be 20 squared is equal to 23 squared plus 32 squared minus 2 times 23 times 32 cosine of A. And so we would have to find the cosine of A here by using your calculator to kind of work backwards. Once you know what your A value is, you would plug it into your area formula. Okay, and so here, because we're looking for the area A, it means we would be using this top formula here, since A was the angle that we were finding. So you would find your angle A here. You would then find your area by using 1/2 BC sine of A, and that should give you your area. Now this area and this area here should match. They should be the exact same. So what I would recommend you do is finish out this law of cosines, work out your angle A, plug it into this area formula here, and double check that you get the same thing that we calculated using Huron's formula. So if you have any questions on areas of triangles using trigonometry instead of algebra, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I look forward to seeing you next time.